Wang Kar Wai is one of the finest non-American directors to reach international recognition due to his nonlinear narratives, atmospheric music, and saturated colors. Yet, his life wasn't always a movie. Born in 1958, Wang moved along with his family from Shanghai to Hong Kong, where he discovered his love for movies since it was all he had due to a lack of knowledge of the language. In an interview, he stated that it was something that could be understood beyond words. It was a universal language based on image. Although after finishing high school, he studied graphic design. It wasn't until 1981 that he enrolled in a program called Television Broadcast Limits Production Training Program. When starting out be screenwriting for TV shows, with his most famous one being Don't Look Now. Before writing film scripts, Jet Wong is currently known for directing movies in which there isn't a pre-made script before starting to direct his movies, which creates a challenge for the actors who appear in his movies. He has been credited with various screenplays, but his first big screenplay was a co-author with an Australian director called Final Victory, which was nominated at the 7th Hong Kong Award. His following movies Days of Being Wild and Ashes of Time were movies where the audience got to see the initial style that at first wasn't very well understood nor loved, with some bumps in the way due to financial cuts in 1994. 1995, Wong started receiving more recognition, winning Best Director for the film Chingking Express, while working on another film, Fallen Angels. Nevertheless, it wasn't until 1996 that Wong directed one of the first LGBTQ+ movies, Happy Together, that truly demonstrate his essence as a director, although falling in a controversial topic dealing with a love story with protagonists of the same sex. Hong was able to surpass an ideology from the time and completed for the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Festival, making his films Hong Kong's Best Director. In the year 2001 took 17 months directing for the movie we all watched In the Mood for Love, that was seen as an unofficial prequel of Days of Being, which is a fact Wong rehires actors and actresses with whom he was worked before. Like in these two movies, he later participated in international movies such as I Move Blueberry Lights, and the last movie he directed was in 2013 with the movie The Grandmaster. In the 2000 film, In the Mood for Love, director Kar Wai perfectly depicts the longing, yet tragic and sometimes magical platonic love of the two main characters through the use of scenery, soundtracks, and simplified dialogue. One is known for basing his story on the scenery he chose and the characters. He creates a slow and realistic depiction of how two people fall in love with each other in a platonic way, engaging so focus the attention from the audience from the first scene. In this movie, the chemistry that exists between two people that are both alone are part of not only one but two not corresponding love. Is a platonic love that can be consumed and is felt by the audience in very scene. Through the story, one perfect each scene by making the audience feel as if they were spying on them, making each emotion feel more realistic. In one part of the movie, Mr. Lunch says, in the old days, if someone had a secret they didn't want to share, you know what they did? They went up a mountain, found a tree, carved a hole in it, and whispered the secret into the hole. Then they covered it with mud and left the secret there forever. This was alluding to the secret that they both knew they liked each other, and also to powerful open ending in the movie that demonstrates the author's ability to use the feeling of spying on them and attention grab. The director also chooses dialogue where the audience doesn't know if the characters are talking about how they feel or if they acting on how they're significant or cheat, with their counterparts making the story more intriguing and captivating the audience fortune. This can be seen in the scene where Mr. Lunges and Mr. Chin are in the cab. I didn't think you fall in love with me. I didn't either. It was only curious to know how I start. Now I know feelings can creep up just like that.